Right now. Hello again. Once again, Facebook screwed with us. So we are creating a brand new, or just did create a brand new stream. So if you were on here a little early and watched us do not much.
Shuffle.
And we do the shuffle.
We shuffle.
And we are live.
Again.
Hopefully people have figured out that, yeah, you said this is a Facebook thing, but no, actually this is
a StreamYard thing.
Yeah, what was it just doesn't want to communicate.
It's like, we're having trouble broadcasting to Facebook. Okay, fix that.
But the thing is, if we do it just like what I did it right now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why it is very clearly, at least to me, a StreamYard issue.
So if people are there, say hi, that we can make sure that we're back on.
Yep, we just had, tech issues.
Tech issues, StreamYard's having fun. Again, this is the third time in a row this has happened.
Yep. Which, StreamYard, fix it.
Exactly. So no one's watching us, I suppose.
Not yet. Doesn't appear to be. That's okay. We will just have to wait.
Do 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 tequila.
So there's.
Hello, Haley.
I won't bother taking attendance yet because.
Yes, because we have to make sure people are on there. Is there anyone out there watching us on Facebook?
Oh, here's Joe.
Hello, Joe. Okay, so we now know we got the connection restored.
Hi, Annie.
Yay, we're back. Yeah, what's the point of actually setting this thing up in advance of Facebook communication with StreamYard? It goes screwball.
On the plus side,
no idea.
Your delay on Facebook is only about 8 seconds as opposed to the 21 it used to be.
Ooh.
Wow.
So we have a lot of available spaces tonight right now. I think we only have 4 spoken for. So.
Yes, we've got 4, I should say 4.5, because I got one person who said
is a maybe.
Is a maybe, yes. We've got Diane who I can't talk right now. Houle. How do you pronounce that?
No idea.
Houle. Anyway, Joe who already has checked in.
Hooley.
Okay. He's not silent there in that one. Joe Lacey, who is here. Kim Bowerman, Lynn Black Bell, and the question mark is to Ali Diva, who sent me a message and said that they might be able to come and maybe not.
Yeah, Gabby, we'll put you on the list.
I like that. Seconds makes a difference. Yes, Joe, I guess it does. Considering the first time it does, we literally get on the thing.
And then it's
we
like
broadcast for about a minute.
30, no, not even.
Not even a minute.
30 seconds.
And then we get an error message saying that we're having a hard time. And so we have the ability to literally turn it off and come back in and create it all again. All right, so who was it?
Gabby.
Gabby wants one. So yes, we still have some extra spots. Like I said, Joe is here. Kim, are you here? Lynn, are you here?
I have not seen either of them.
Diane or possibly Allie, any of you? Annie says she might like one, but she's already falling asleep. Great. So what you're saying is that by watching us, you're going to fall asleep. That just gives me a warm fuzzy right here.
We're a very strange bedtime story. Well, you know what? Tonight could be very short. Maybe that's not a bad thing. I mean,
well, it is what it is.
You guys are only going to get us on this date once very rarely.
I was going to say, it's leap day on leap year. It's only February 29th only happens once every 4 years.
But before we kick things off, a couple of brief announcements.
Yes.
There shall be no live stream for March. Oh no! It's literally leap day, so that's why, because March is tomorrow. And the reason, and also
my watch says March is today.
No, your watch is very not
I know,
right.
but my watch says today is Thursday, March 1st. I have to fix my watch. It doesn't recognize Leap Day.
But so we shall not be doing one in March, but that is because we shall be doing our 4th annual April Fool's reading. That is done not by us, but by Sound Guy. And if you would like a little preview of
Oh, really? You want to give them a preview?
Nah.
No? You don't want me to show them the box?
Nah.
Oh, we're going to save that. Yes, we have a special tarot deck
There's
that we're going to be using next month.
There's a new deck.
As opposed to with the one time he actually took our dragon deck and was talking about crop circles and flaming jello shots and what were the other things you came up with over there, Sound Guy?
Oh, there's crop circles. There was.
So flaming Jell-O shots.
I think we had like the Q-tips.
Oh, it's toothpicks.
Toothpicks was the one. And anyway.
So yes, if so, the reason we are making this announcement, if for anybody who has not participated or viewed this before, emphasis on the April Fools. These are not real readings at all. He's not actually a psychic. This is all just for some fun and some good laughs.
And idiocy, which isn't even a real word, which will make even more sense.
All right, so I have an Annie that wants to sign up for that. I have a Hannah. Gabby, did you want to sign up for that too?
All right, so we have Annie. This is for next month, correct?
Yes.
Right now. I can't talk.
Let's just get the business out of the way first.
Okay, so April Fool. We got, and then we have Hannah.
Yep.
Got it.
And Gabby.
And Gabby.
But yes, for those of you who have been following since the beginning, when Sound Guy has always been helping us, this was our first year of doing this. Thursday happened to be April 1st, and
yes. Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that we might change the day of the week that we do that particular live stream on, just to keep it copacetic with the dates.
April Fools will be on Monday next month. So
and Godric would like an April Fool's reading as well.
You know, we'll have more for next month than we have for tonight at the rate we're going.
You know what? That's okay. We need a break.
Yes. Anyway, so let's.
And Joe for April Fools.
Of course.
Hey man, your slots are already getting filled.
Yeah.
So, for the two people that are here, so let's start with Joe.
Yes, Joe. Let's get going with you for the idea that here we are going to be doing regular, because we're talking about April, but no, tonight we're still doing regular old-fashioned tarot card readings. 3-card readings. When it's your turn, and please be patient. When it is your turn, ask your question or just say you want a general reading. Let us know which deck you would like to be read from, which person you would like to be the point person on, even though we're both going to say things if you've watched us before. And most importantly, a number between 1 and 78, because that will tell us in the deck, whichever deck we choose, where we are supposed to start with the 3 cards that we're going to draw for you.
And for people posting in the comments right now, I am seeing you. Yes, Kate Wilcox, I can put you on the list. And for our lovely YouTube person, Mile, is that how you Mile? If you could just tell me how to pronounce that, that would be lovely. But yes, we will put you on the list as well.
I would pronounce it as Miley. Whether that's correct or not is a whole other thing. Bonnie Band would also like to have one as well.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, at this point, Joe, whenever you are ready, because you are going first tonight, throw up your question. Throw up on your shutters. Sorry.
Hey, a ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
The old Christmas song, yes. Fortunately, we're getting way past that.
Okay, so let me do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so Joe gave us the number 67.
And then, do you have a question?
Do you have a question,
or
Joe?
Just doing something
or
more
we do
general?
it? Yeah. Which deck? Well, you want one of us? Which one of us do you want it to do the main thing here?
I don't know which person they're saying your pronunciation is great to, but I think
when I said it was Miley.
Nancy, yes, we got you. That leaves 1 slot available. And then, yeah, so 67 for Joe, which deck, and then whether or not you have a question. Pretty please.
Unless we missed it in the comments.
I don't think
I'm
so.
going back up here a little bit.
Aw, Jesse, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Oh, Virginia also wants to be.
Yeah, I got her
you
down.
got that. Okay. Okay, so hello, Aaron. Says, hey, Lord Fafnir and Spawn.
So,
hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Joe!
Can you ask your question now? Put it down to the ground. Hey, Joe. I'm sorry, I got my own little Hendrix thing going here. Actually, he didn't write that song though. Was that a Dylan song? Hey, Joe. Do you remember who?
I don't
any
know.
clue? You know Hendrix's version of that song, right? Though, don't you?
Yeah. All right, yo,
Joe.
Joe. 3, 2, 1.
I was gonna
We're
say,
starting without
Did you disappear out there?
It looks like it. So, if we're gonna keep this ball rolling, Hey Joe and Hey Jude are two different songs,
Yes.
Nancy.
Hey, Jude's the Beatles. Hey, Jude,
So does
don't make it bad. What?
anybody want to guess when the next time Leap Day falls on a Thursday? What year?
Probably
No.
not in my lifetime.
Hang on. Joe, your number is fine. We are not asking about the number. Do you,
You
have a question?
Yes, we need a question and we need a deck.
Because if not, we're just gonna bulldoze through this without your input, unfortunately.
Okay. He said he had screen freeze. So Facebook's screwing up for everyone tonight, huh?
Okay, all right. We have your number, Joe. Do you have a question? Oh my gosh! Holy shit!
Give him a moment here.
Well, no, he literally just sent the number again.
Says the Spawn is, what is your YouTube channel? What is our YouTube channel name officially?
They're on our YouTube channel. They want what my YouTube channel is. Thank you, Jesse.
Okay, you pick deck. I guess he doesn't have a question.
Yep.
All right.
I love how he says,
General it is.
I said, do you have a question? And he says, yes, you pick deck.
Well,
okay.
we're gonna go with that.
Don't know what the hell that means.
51. Right. You talk while I count.
What? I'm pretty sure, Aaron, that my personal YouTube. Okay. Question is, how is it going in my relationship with my girlfriend? Okay. We got there eventually. Aaron, I'm pretty sure that my YouTube channel is just my name, like my personal YouTube channel. I have not posted there in a while. If you want actual updated content from me, I would recommend you go check out my TikTok, which is Little Red Spawn.
Well, it's a relationship question, and we're going to use the dragon deck because that's why I pulled the deck out first. I'm going to go with that. All right, so go ahead and flip the cards.
You mean the camera?
Or the camera, excuse me. Yes, flip the camera over to where the cards are.
Cards. Woo.
And for those who are not familiar with this, we do read cards that are upside down. It just so happens that none of them are right here.
I was going to say, I don't see any.
Nope, not this time. We've got for Dragon Tarot, we have the Two of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands, which also doubles as Leo. And we have number 3, the Empress. So we have a very interesting mixture of fire and water. And even though the Empress, by the way, is not officially an elemental card, its number 3 is more emotion-based, more water-based. And, of course, the effect of the Empress is the second most powerful female energy card of the deck. So there's your elemental analysis and your astrological analysis. So his question really kind of comes down to how's his relationship going out with his girlfriend? And I'm like
none of those cards there are really giving me pause.
Well, I'll put it this way. Don't you think you should know yourself?
Number 1.
If you are questioning, shouldn't you be asking the person that you are with and saying, hey, hon, how's it hanging? How's it going? Okay, I mean, not necessarily so nonchalantly, but the idea of where are we coming from this? things have you have a tendency of seems to be overcomplicating certain situations. The first card, oh, stop it.
That's not a part of the human condition
No,
at all.
of course not at all. The idea being is that the choice, the first card here, the choice between the two cups, typically the metaphor that we're always familiar with is they say, reach for the highest star, achieve, climb the highest mountain. And yes, for certain things, that's actually really good advice. When it comes to emotional things like relationships, I call BS on that one. And the fact is, when decisions are made emotionally, and frankly, relationship decisions, really should be made more based on emotion than anything else. Not totally, for obvious reasons, but the fundamental aspect should be based in emotion. And usually, the simplest thing actually makes the most sense. And that's what the whole point of the card is. The two cups, there's the stream. The dragon is thirsty. There's a cup right there. And this smart dragon basically says, oh, to hell with the cup that's up in the sky. I'm going to go for the one which is right closest to the water source. Because after all, if you look closely at the cups, they're in fact the exact same.
Yep.
If the other one was like, twice the size or full of jewels or whatever, it might be worthwhile spending the extra effort. But not in this case.
I like that. I like Jesse's comment. Just had to throw that up there.
What was that?
Fafnir's relationship advice. Ask your girlfriend, how's it hanging?
It's funny. The moment I said that, I had a feeling that Jesse was going to basically use that against me. Thank you for validating my opinion.
See, I just like to think that he's here specifically because I told him I hoped he would be.
So, Joe, and by the way, you can chime in at any point, kid.
Oh, I was waiting for you to be done.
You are overcomplicating things. So I would say really communication would probably give you more information than questioning in your own mind. However, the answer to your question based upon the last two cards is the combination of the Fire and the Empress. The Queen and the Empress, both females. So basically, it's not necessarily female referring to her, but more female energy. We love fire. The Queen of Wands, it's Red's card, by the way, because she's a Leo. But it actually is one of the overall more positive cards in this specific deck, at least as positive as a tarot card could be, considering that there is no such thing as a good or a bad card. Because here you have, the Egyptian pyramids in the background and this golden dragon with the ankh around her neck, just kind of like hanging and observing and not being ridiculous, not being obnoxious, but also recognizing the fact is that this is her place and this is her comfort zone, and it could be left alone as is.
I'm also seeing
or it could be so much better.
I'm also seeing something that I don't think you've mentioned yet, so I will just throw this
in
here too. I'm also reading this very seasonally as well. Especially the Leo card, it's really basically me going, yes, us relationships, everyone in relationships now, we're all about to make the transition from winter relationship time to spring and summer relationship time. And those are very different looking relationships, or they can be. A lot of us, especially in the darker times and the colder times of year, really struggle more with our mental health than we do when it's all nice and sunshiny out. So if you've been wondering about some things, because there might be some things giving you pause, it could be that more consistent sunshine is going to do you both good individually, which will then do you both good together. Here comes the sun. Yeah, that's very much what the Leo card is really reading to me as is. Nothing. I don't think that anything you said is incorrect, but I do also I am very feeling the seasonal angle on this as well.
We all really enjoy coming out. That's why they refer to. I mean, other than I know the basketball people use this, the college basketball. There is a real thing about March Madness. It's like it's not quite spring yet because there's still a little bit of bite in the air, but it's also winter really is ending, and it's time to get outside and actually start getting ready to do things again.
Well, I mean, the name for winter depression is the ultimate irony, I feel. It's called seasonal affective disorder. Sad.
Sad, yes.
You are sad.
And then the last card here, the Empress, number 3, the metaphor of the queen dragon not wearing a crown, holding a baby dragon instead. So one could basically say, if you want to take this more literally, saying, hey, let's talk about having a family, having kids.
But
Okay.
I don't think that
No,
we're talking literally here
No.
at all.
It really kind of talks to the fact that your relationship essentially is that little baby dragon. And the thing is, it's time to
What a cute
actually
little
really,
hatchling.
yeah, a little hatchling there. It's time to actually do something new. I mean, you have already said things are going good with your relationship anyway. But the thing is that it is time to take it a little deeper, a little different, a little step further, something brand new, something that maybe you or her or both of you together have always wanted to give a whirl.
Yeah. But yes, there's nothing there. None of these cards are making me go, oh no, Joe, flee immediately, run away, run away, run away.
I was going to say, now you're being Monty Python.
Yes, I am. Thank you for getting that.
Come on, it's me. Those references I'm never going to miss. All right, did Kim or Lynn or Diane ever show up?
I have not seen them yet, so I think that we should give the birthday girl her birthday reading.
Yes, and she's already posted her stuff up there.
Oh, and I'm also going to post this Jessie comment because this is also very nice to
Yeah,
wrap up
actually,
for Joe.
that's very applicable.
Trust her, it's going good. She's happy, you're happy. Allow yourself to be happy. But
Big thing, allow yourself to be happy.
but Jessie, that's not allowed in societal rules. We're far too puritanical a society for that. Sorry, I couldn't straight face that.
Okay, so we just did my dragons. She's asking for dragons.
So
We're going to use
shall do my
yours.
dragons.
Yep.
Here you are.
Mm-hmm. And make sure we don't cross the decks.
We shall not cross the decks.
She wants to know how her year's going to be.
Well, she's starting a new decade. We're both starting new decades this year. Woo! The big 3-0.
Yeah, for me, that was a long time ago in a galaxy
Far, far away. I'm hoping that I can feel that way one day.
Yes, literally when on my 30th birthday, I was living in a different state, married to a different person. I'm
really thrilled that you're not doing that part anymore because, like, my existence and everything.
Well,
Thanks.
this is a Back to the Future thing here. You wouldn't exist if I was still in that.
Oh gosh, I'm disappearing. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes, exactly. All right, flip over to the cards, please.
Flippy dippy.
These are all upside down. Shocking. So I turn them around.
Of course you got the moon. That makes complete sense to me. Gabby, you love your moon.
I see a bad moon arising. Okay, so we have Moon or Pisces, water card.
Which is
Two.
also...
Yes.
Wait, yeah. Oh, you said water card. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
water card. Two of Wands, fire card, and Knigget of Swords, air card. So a variety of elements in 3 cards. We don't have earth, air, fire, water in 3 because you can't really do that.
And
but,
she got her own card, didn't she?
oh, is she a Pisces?
Well, birthday.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep thinking we're still in Aquarius. No, we're not. We are
Yeah.
full blown Pisces now.
Yeah, look at you, Gabby. You got yourself. Which also, like, it made sense to me before you throw the astrology into it. The astrology is just really nice icing on the cake for that.
So it's an 18, a 2, and Knight's got nothing.
More phases. Like, a lot of phases. Did you think that all that change and shit you were leaving behind in your 20s? No! More change. More! Sorry, she's got... Sorry. The 2 bookending cards are change cards.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, the thing is, the Moon card, at least you have a chance to kind of like sit back and relax and kind of enjoy for a little while. And then, of course, then the Knight of Swords is, that's all about change.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But that also really fits for Gabby, because there has been so much change. And yeah, it would surprise me if the cards were like, okay, you're all done, no more change all done.
Nope.
I feel like you're in an in between place.
But the one in the middle actually is, I think, the most important of the three cards, because I mean the ends are kind of like obvious. But the thing is, the Two of Wands is making the decision, and especially because it's upside down, is that does Gabby struggle with making decisions?
Gabby doesn't struggle with decision making itself.
Okay, how about following through?
No, what Gabby struggles with. Sorry, Gabby, I'm totally putting you on the spot because I know you and love you. Gabby struggles with trusting herself that she made the correct decision in the first place.
And that's actually one of the whole points of the Two of Wands, because the idea is that those two wands are identical. The dragon literally has to make a choice. Now you can see there he's literally leaning to the one on the left, but he hasn't grabbed it yet, which means that effectively nothing has happened. You not only you have to make a decision, you have to implement the decision. Upside down, because it's a little hard. Or you make a decision, then you kind of go, did I make the right call? So this one really kind of says, knock it off. Feel confident that, you have to make a decision, because believe me, making a no decision is still a decision. So.
And also be comfortable, and you can totally correct me if I'm wrong, but from where I'm sitting and in our conversations, two of your biggest stressors you managed to remove from your plate in the calendar year of 2023. So now you can actually look at some of the other things that were causing you stress, but were less about survival. Because you need to make those changes too.
Follow your heart and trust your head. That's the main thing about this. The heart is the water, the air is the head.
You got to get better at having them communicate effectively with each other.
Yes. And note, by the way, your brain card over here, the knight who actually is not carrying any weapons, they're up here. Mm-hmm. So the reminder that you're essentially you don't have to be the bull in the china shop, but you do have to persevere and make sure these things get done.
And I'll tell you right now, Gabby, one of the things that is going to happen is similar to some of the stuff that I'm going through, because you're coming out of survival mode similarly to the way that I am in certain respects. And so one of the things that's going to happen is you are going to feel all of the physical symptoms that you didn't for all of the time that you were in survival mode, because your mind and your body were like, no, we need to survive. So we have to stash these away for later. Once your body and your mind start feeling more safe, don't panic if you're suddenly like, why am I more symptomatic about certain mental health things? You are, because now you have the room and the space to process them. As opposed to putting them on the back burner for survival.
I suppose that's the way of doing it, isn't it?
That is apparently the way that a lot of our brains do things. Aren't brains funny like that?
Funny how? Do I amuse you?
Yeah, we're not funny, haha. It's funny weird.
Yes. Alrighty. Anything else?
I think that's all I have to add for those three
then
cards.
We will put these back in your dragon deck as opposed to my dragon deck, because we just. Alrighty. No Kate, no Lynn, no Diane. So we're gonna move on.
Oh, I'm just gonna. You notice that today at the yeah, that you're gonna. If you're like, OMG, why am I so fatigued? It's because your body is gonna start trying to catch up on all the sleep.
Did you say fatigued?
Fatigued? Yes, that's what I said.
Oh boy.
So yes, if you notice that you're more fatigued of late, it is because your body is suddenly like going, wait, you mean I can actually start catching up on sleep now? And it's going to try to do that.
Sleep.
Oh God, really?
To fix your fatigue. See, you missed it.
Don't make me make improper hand signals on camera.
It's okay. It's not network television. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, this is definitely true. All right.
So yes, Kate is here.
Kate is here. We're going to move on to Kate. And then
roll.
Miley, you are going to be coming up after Kate.
And also before, Aaron, you said you have a question. What is your question? let me know what your question is.
Maybe Aaron would like to have a reading.
That could definitely be the question, but they're going to have to type that out and let us know because
Yes,
we are unfortunately not mind readers.
exactly. All right, so Kate, you're up.
And then Miley, you are on deck after.
So
Kate.
your question, please.
Dark Shadows deck, both 27 next 6 months.
You know, we actually didn't even do the introduction of what decks we actually have here. We were so screwed up by
we didn't.
our misfired beginning. Yes. Sorry about that. We have our dragon decks as always. We also have the relationship deck, otherwise known as the Tarot of Sexual Magic. It's R-rated. Ooh. But it actually really is about relationships as opposed to just pure unadulterated sex. That's a different deck.
Would that still be our rating today?
What?
Because there's like no full frontal. Would that?
No, there's
still
no
be
full frontal.
So would that still be R, or would that be lower now? Because I
I
thought
don't
R
know.
got
The
raised
rules changed.
slightly higher.
And then
There's R
Kate,
and there's NC-17.
and then Kate has asked for the Dark Shadows deck, which otherwise is also known as the Swiss 11J deck.
But that's not nearly as cool a name.
No, it is the deck that was used in the old daytime 1960s soap opera Dark Shadows that I have been binge watching the last month or so, and it's amazing how many times I keep seeing this deck show up again. Going, yep, and surprisingly is that when the cards show up and the gypsy is explaining what the cards are, she's pretty close to being correct. She says it's not all just nonsense. They actually did some of their homework in Dark Shadows.
For me, even though that is one of my favorite plot lines of the show, I can't deal with the blackface. I'm literally going, why? Why did you do? Oh no! And then I'm like, it's the 60s. That's why they did it.
So,
But I got to introduce a friend of mine to Dark Shadows recently, where I showed him one of the movies with the original cast. Because Sound Guy's mother, who Ellen, you're awesome and a wonderful person. She found me a DVD copy of one of them, which I was like, oh my god, how did you find that?
Well, we can pretty much find anything on DVD nowadays, it seems.
But anyway, yes.
so question. Any guesses as to when the next time Leap Day falls on a Thursday? What year it will be?
Like I said, probably not in my lifetime.
2042. I don't know.
2080.
Oh.
You are the only one that really stands a chance of even still being here.
Do you know that?
Please don't put that on my shoulders. I don't want it.
And it's funny. Okay, so we have Leap Day on a Thursday, and also the fact of we're going to have a full solar eclipse coming up in April, I think it is, or April or May, and that's going to be the last full solar eclipse in my lifetime.
A notification just popped up that my roomie is watching. Hi, roomie.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. Sorry, Kate.
We are getting so off target here.
So yes, Kate would like to know what her next 6 months will look
The
like.
cards are set up for her. All right. So here we have the Dark Shadows deck a la Francais.
Oh my lord.
We have first off the Wheel of Fortune. Only
Oh
in
my
French,
God.
it's La Roue de Fortune. We have the upside down Chariot, or Le Chariot. And then we have the not upside down Five of Swords. So Chariot, by the way, also doubles as a zodiac sign, that being for Cancer. So we have the non-elemental based Wheel of Fortune, a water card doubling as Cancer, and then an air card for the Five of Swords. So she wants to know how her next 6 months are going to go. Well,
You have a lot going on, but I feel like that's why you ask the question.
yeah. I actually like the way the Wheel of Fortune is drawn in this specific deck, and the fact that people are having fun.
Oh, and Kate is a Cancer.
Oh.
How nice. You got your
Hey, the
your
Pisces
card.
got the Pisces card, the Cancer got the Cancer card. How
We're
about
on
that?
a roll tonight.
Absolutely.
Cancer, what day?
Oh yeah, Sound Guy's a Cancer too. Drop your birthday if you want. If you guys might be birthday buddies, that'd be funny. But anyways,
So, as opposed to the Wheel of Fortune, where you spin the wheel and God only knows where it's going to land, like you're more in a casino, this is more like a carnival. You've got the wheels being turned, but you've got the attempt of trying to dance and sit on the wheel, and the person here, doing the little acrobatics off the wheel. This is fun. This is the, you know what? I don't know what life's going to throw at me, so I might as well at least enjoy it.
and this is also as opposed to other Wheels of Fortune and other decks. this is one that you very clearly know at least what you're getting into. That wheel is very obviously perched on the edge of a cliff thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is very obviously something that, like, you fully understood what you were getting up onto when you climbed onto it.
Yeah, so basically, don't be the person that's actually being spilled over on the wheel and going off the edge of the cliff.
Being like, I didn't know this was here. Yes, you did.
No, you did. Yeah, you did. It's very, very obvious what's going on there. So, play your games, but basically, it's like recognize the fact of whatever you do positively, enjoy. But if you mess up, recognize that the only person who you can blame is you.
Yep. It's like the flip side of the fool, whereas you are the only person that is in control of your life, and you are the only person that ever has to live with your decisions. That's great. Also, oh God, you're the only person that has to live with all of your decisions.
So, number 7, the Chariot. I actually never really paid much attention to the specific drawing on the Chariot before here. It's like
This
a
one
close-up.
is very Roman gladiator.
Yes, very.
Are there any spots left tonight?
For tonight, we have one spot left.
Hold that one for me for a moment.
Okay. No.
For you?
For Lance. He'll be joining shortly.
Oh, that's adorable.
So, is Kate the gladiator?
Well, if Kate was responding to that question you just commented, been that way all my life.
Well, yes, very formal, very Romanesque. Yes, very much. It's one of those things that were essentially when you enter the room, everyone knows.
That, and also, this Chariot and the Chariot in the Dragon deck, I feel, are two cards that are very double-edged swords.
Oh,
Because in neither of those decks are the Chariots leading you to a place of safety. In the case of the Dragon deck, there's the Crab of Cancer is blocking the Chariot from being able to land. And in this instance, you are a gladiator. Gladiators didn't exactly live long, fulfilled lives.
Also, if you look at the way the horses are posed here, they're going in kind of opposite directions. They're not together. They're actually going. That the Chariot may actually split in half if they continue to go off in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, grant you, this card was upside down, so the idea is that be very aware of what you're walking into.
But it feels like you are.
Yes. In the same way that with the Wheel of Fortune, if you're not careful, you guys could get dumped off the wheel and go off the cliff. Here, it's like the fact of it's like if you don't really have the full control of your own steeds,
You wouldn't be getting into the Chariot in the first place. The way that I'm reading those two is that you understand the risks and the potential benefits of both.
right?
You have done your pros and your cons list. And you have decided that these two particular things are risks that are worth it.
Also recognize the fact of your road is not easy.
No. And then once you have done so once you've sort of done these things that you've done your risk assessment on and oh God, I sound like you. But once you've done your risk assessment on those two things, it brings us here, which is mental reevaluation. 5 being the number of reevaluation swords, being the suit of logical, rational thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically you going, okay, I've managed to get through these things. Thoughts? Let's review how that all went.
Overall, not bad. Don't expect perfection.
No.
Because this card here is riddled with imperfections if you look closely. One of the big things about this deck, especially in the suits of the elements, not the majors, but the suit cards, when you're dealing with the ace through the 10. Symmetry or lack thereof is a huge thing in this deck. Most of the cards, and this one is no exception, if you look at it from the global view, you kind of go, hey, it looks awful symmetrical. True. Then you start looking at the details and you kind of go, okay, not even close. But does it matter? In a lot of cases, the answer is no.
No.
So it all comes down to the fact of is that, if you look at this beautiful design here, what do you think of it? Do you see the beauty in the design or do you see the imperfections in the design? Everyone has a different answer to that, by the way. Because after all, if you see some imperfections, you could say, hey, I might be able to improve this a little bit. But it's like a Where's Waldo in the fact of how many imperfections there are in there. There are a lot.
There are a lot
in there.
She's a beauty person. So yeah, your next 6 months, there's going to be a lot, but it looks like you're going to make it through relatively unscathed.
As long as essentially is that you can look at this card, this last one, your outcome card, as more of that beauty and not so much the imperfections.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or as one of my old college professors used to say, a difference that makes no difference is no difference.
I like that.
Believe me, it got me through a lot of engineering equation evaluation when you had like 45 different terms, but you realize about 38 of them can be like equivalent to either 1 or 0.
Look, the only one I ever understood was risk assessment.
That's just basic algebra.
Miley, you are up. So basically what we ask for is for you to choose a deck. Which one of us you would like to take point. You can say both. That's totally fine. And then a number between 1 and 78. And then whether or not you have a question. Questions are great. We love questions, but you also don't have to have one. General readings are also just fine. You'd like to know if someone will ask you out. Okay. So number between 1 and 78. And would you like the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, or
the relationship deck?
That one. So yeah, just let us know which one you would, which ones you would like, and we will get started.
And she got specific. She says, it's Charles Kenneth.
Ooh.
Will he ask me out?
My brain was just like, is that a celebrity? I don't know that person.
Well, I mean, you also could have some really fun with that question too, and by adding or taking away a certain amount of words, like be like Doctor Who. When he's asked the question, "Who sent you?" His response is, "Who sent me what?" Okay,
so they would like the relationship deck, and then a number between 1 and 78.
Yeah, I got the deck here, and we just need the number. The number shall be. I can't do Monty Python.
Spamalot's still on Broadway right now.
I'm not surprised. So what's your number, Miley? Still waiting for that to come across here.
Yep, a number between 1 and
7.
78. 7.
Ooh.
Great, we like that. Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. Number for resolution.
Woo.
All right, let me position these better before you.
Yep, let me know when you're ready.
Think we're good. Okay, not quite. I'll do it this way.
There you go.
Never quite sure till I see this. All right, so we have the Queen of Chalice, another zodiac. Now that one's Scorpio.
Yes.
If Miley's a Scorpio, we were like, okay, we'll have the trifecta. So Miley, are you a Scorpio? And then we also have the upside down 8 of Wands and then the 10 of Pentacles. Well, I'll say one thing. We have different elements. Again, we have water and we have fire and we have earth. No air in the cards here. So, she's an Aquarius. I think it was our chain has been broken.
I was going to say, and there it goes. We should have played the ponies before this or something.
Well, you know what though? She's an air sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Earth, air, fire, water. If I include her sign, that's actually that's kind of fun to look at here. We have water, we have fire, we have Earth, and she is in fact an air sign. So it complements everything. This deck, by the way, is deliberately drawn heterosexually. But
it doesn't actually mean that every couple is a heterosexual couple.
It refers to male and female energy, which every person possesses. And that's why, you could be anybody in the card. You could be the guy in this card and the girl over here and who knows over here. And oftentimes these cards, because it's all metaphorical anyway, you can actually flip back and forth because an awful lot of times it refers to the idea of balance, give and take, where one day you're one person in that card, the next day you're the other person. So one of the things which these cards all have in common is the fact of they're all very pleasurable scenes because trust me.
Yeah, none of the creepers are here.
This is not there are plenty of cards with pictures in there which are not so nice. No, I don't think there's any which are really out and out completely horrible.
No, but there are definitely some weird ones in there.
So here we have, essentially the queen bringing the gentleman, to her bosom and having a nice little caress there. Here we have a picnic where the lady is being fed by the gentleman and she's actually bearing her breast there as a response to it. And then here we have a, shall we say a game of food.
I was going to say, it feels like a continuation of the picnic.
Yeah, actually it kind of is. It actually kind of shows a progression, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You have essentially the quote meet and greet to the actual quote date, and then to a little bit more of a, shall we say, festivities later on.
Mm-hmm.
So it does show a very nice progression.
In a positive
trend. Not to mention the fact of if we go just on that whole elemental analysis, we have, if I use Miley, if I use your Aquarius as air, we have one of every element, which I mean, I'm always in my readings looking for that earth, air, fire, water balance because it's so bloody rare.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very true.
So when it happens, I really call special attention to it because, if it doesn't happen, great. I don't expect it to happen.
This is also following the trend that I've been having for the last 6 months of readings or so. Usually the person's element is not on the table when I'm like, let me guess, you are the element that isn't represented.
Isn't there, huh?
And they're like, yeah. I'm like,
well, that isn't necessarily a bad thing
we're
there.
fitting right into that pattern.
So what the cards are saying, by the way, is that, I put it this way, maybe you need to do a little bit of prodding. After all, let him know, especially if this person is kind of a little bit of a shyer person.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is that there already is some interest. Therefore, allowing him to know that when he asks you the question, you already knows what the answer is.
Mm-hmm.
Because that certainly gives other people a lot of confidence. Especially if they're nervous about approaching someone. If they already kind of have a decent idea of that the other person's already interested, it gives them more confidence to actually want to do something. So, but the cards are actually kind of showing a nice little progression of where your relationship could ultimately go, which you have the combination of the emotions, the energy, and then kind of the reality aspect. That's what the elements refer to. Now, and I could ask a question to you, and I don't expect you to answer, at least not to us, because after all, the whole all our viewers will be able to see your response. So I don't want you to give any information you don't want to, but where do you want this to go? Let your own, serious imagination, not your wild abandoned imagination, but let your own serious imagination go as what would you like to have? Where would you like this to go?
Because it seems like you would like this to trend in the way that it is trending.
Yeah. Also, the fact is that you have a way of actually doing things to actually make this come true, so to speak, or at least as far as you wish it to go.
Yes, I mean you can't control everything, but there are several aspects of this that you can control.
Mm-hmm. So that was relatively easy, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I like that.
We didn't get any cards that conflicted with each other because sometimes that happens in these things. I love it when the cards basically say you're asking the wrong question.
Oh, I love that one. So
fun.
Bonnie, you are up, and then Nancy, you are after Bonnie. You would like to know Charles better and maybe take it as a serious relationship. So that is your way in. If you want to get to know him better, do that. Maybe you ask him out on a date.
Well, remember in
Or-
that first card there, if we're playing the game of you're the female, it was the queen who was bringing the man to her breast.
Mhm.
And the fact of is that maybe you need to play that role of be the queen and invite him over for a little whatever, a date, so to speak here. All right, Bonnie and Nancy preparing for the two of you. And we still never saw Kim, and we still never saw Lean, and we never saw Diane.
Nope.
So we actually have a couple more spaces available if we want to throw them out there if anyone else is interested.
We do.
Interested.
Felix Smith will be joining us soon.
Okie dokie.
Bonnie, are you still here?
And Nancy, are you still here?
I haven't seen any comments from Facebook in a while.
No, this might be a shorter live stream tonight. And you know what? Sometimes that happens, and that's okay.
Because I wonder if we didn't get any other error messages about Facebook crapping out again on us.
Nope. According to StreamYard, it's still going strong on Facebook, and I'm on Facebook on my phone just to also
To double
confirm.
check?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we will wait.
Do 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 do.
It says we have 8 people watching.
So Virginia says she's watching from Facebook. All righty.
We're just not having good luck. So
She's actually watching from Maryland, just saying.
I can't believe you said that.
and we're gonna harp on it for forever.
Bonnie. Did Bonnie go home? How about Nancy? Did you go home?
Haven't gotten anything from either of them.
Well, I remember Joe said he had screen freeze, which is why he disappeared for a while.
Okay, let's do Nancy first.
Okay, well,
She
Nancy's
just-
here, so
Yep.
she came first. Or she came back first.
Yep.
Bonnie,
so,
if you are still anywhere around, we will get you after Nancy.
So we have
Okay,
Dragon
so
Deck, Red's Dragon Deck,
okay,
55. Doing a lot of shadow work and want to know what to work on next. Oh Lord, that's a
Alrighty.
loaded question.
$55, right?
Yes, 55.
Right.
Oh, I love that you put where you're watching from too, babe. I'm watching from the camera pointed directly at my face, so I don't get to actually watch.
You get the best seat in the house.
Been doing a lot of shadow work. Wants to know what to do next. Oh, brother. Flip the
Explain
cards.
What shadow work is for the rest of the audience.
Doing work with
Me and my shadow. No, sorry.
it's in the name. It's doing the work with the sides of yourself that are not the good sides.
Yep. So these cards were all inverted. So I turn them right side up so you guys can see them. We have, at least we have a mixture of elements again, trying to get an overall balance. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups. And then we have the Page of Coins. The images of all these cards, let's just say, honestly, suck.
Yeah.
You have the combination of the dragon caught in his own web, literally, as his head's lopped or neck is lopped around the sword, so he can't get through his own door frame. You have the dragon swimming away from the distant shore, which is being attacked by an awful storm. This metaphor has oftentimes refers to as like people swimming away from toxic situations and toxic people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Page of Coins, the picture there of the dragon flying away from the mountain, which was once his home and has now just turned into Mount Vesuvius. It's in a volcano which is erupting.
I know what this is,
So-
and you're not gonna like it.
So feel free.
So, Nancy, have you started looking in the mirror yet and gone, all right, you person in the mirror there, You also have toxic habits and traits. There isn't a single human being on this planet that doesn't.
No.
So,
Speak for yourself. I'm perfect.
oh
Me too.
yeah, oh yeah.
So sound guy is perfect, and so am I.
That's why you're with me, because I'm perfect.
uh-huh.
And you're practically perfect in every way. You are like Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Red.
because I totally say that. But anyway, this is all about you and how toxic you are. And in a lot of ways, it's how toxic you are to yourself. And no judgment when I say this, but literally, there is not a human being among us that doesn't have at least one not good trait. This has a lot to do with the standards you hold yourselves to versus other people. This has a lot to do with the fact that you are still doing too much work for others and not enough for yourself. And maybe some of this also has to do with, the way you respond to your negative emotions. I'm reading that one mostly from this one.
Well, yeah, the first one clearly is that you have a tendency of being your own bloody problem.
Yes.
That's where this whole thing of the toxic trait is, what are you doing? Shadow work is hard.
It is.
It's painful.
We're very we're very bad at holding ourselves to the same standards that we hold everybody else to. In a lot of ways, we hold ourselves to different higher standards that we know aren't achievable.
Well, it's
but
like
that doesn't stop us from doing it anyway.
Well, it's like when the judgment card shows up. I mean, one of the interpretations of judgment is the fact of is that, well, we shouldn't judge, because we suck at it.
Mm-hmm.
When we judge other people, we suck at it. We judge ourselves, we're even worse. We are so judgmental. It's even when we claim that we're not, liar, we are.
Absolutely.
I am
So-
non-judgmental.
So if you're really looking for what to look at next, if you haven't really looked at the mirror in that way yet, perhaps now's the time. That's what I'm doing right now. It's awful. Don't get to where I am at with that though, because I've gone, the pendulum has swung too far in another direction. But my therapist this week tried to tell me that I'm a good person, and I just looked at her and I went, no, I'm not. That's very funny. Why would you say that? No, I'm not. And that's because I'm staring all of my toxic traits in the face, and when you look at them all together, they're very overwhelming.
It's like the picture of Dorian Gray.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that I am my toxic traits.
No. Both of these
You are
cards,
not your toxic traits.
both of these cards also have one thing in common. The dragon is fleeing from something which is nasty.
Yep.
And the idea is that, rather than fleeing from that nasty part of yourself, confront that nasty
Yes.
part of yourself.
It is time to turn around and plant your feet.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna definitely be hard to fix.
It may be hard. It's like hard.
Did I say anywhere in this that this was gonna be super easy? No, it's awful. It's gonna take you many years. It's gonna take you. Unfortunately, it's gonna take you way longer than it's gonna take me because you've been inside. You're older than me. You've had your habits for longer than I've had mine.
Also, in the fact of is that, and this is also something which is stinks, but is also very true. That what I recognize, especially in myself, is that sometimes your toxic traits actually are one of your strengths.
Yes.
And they are one of your advantages, and they get you through some really crucial situations.
And then when you find yourself in a different situation, your brain doesn't know how to tweak the thing.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of my toxic traits are coming from. Like, I want to push everyone in my life away from me. I want to do that because in my brain, I'm saving you all from what a toxic mess I am. And also, I'm the only person that I can ever depend on to completely be there for me. So I just have to push everyone away for both of these, but those are neither
Boy,
of those things are true.
I taught you well, didn't I?
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're very welcome. It's one of my typical dragon traits. We are loners.
It should take her about as much time to figure out that as it took me to figure out her late husband's birthday.
40 years?
30.
No, she just said you fell for a joke for 40 years. That is what her comment says.
Okay. I may have fallen for it, but she had to check, and his mother had to go and check his birth certificate.
No, see, the funny part for that for me is the fact that his mother had to check his birth certificate.
Okay, I'm missing on this.
So
what's the joke
Nancy's
here?
laced husband there was one of Matt's besties, and he told Matt that he was a leap baby.
And up until his death, I believe that his birthday was February 29th. And Nancy and I had a very lengthy discussion about this after his passing, so convincingly that like she doubted it, and then went to his mother who had to go and check his birth certificate.
Okay.
Like,
That's very
I got to tell you, if nothing else, John played the long game.
Yeah, no, Nancy said, I'm saying 40, Matt. He was 51 when he died 4 years ago. So apparently that's why she's... Good job.
Hey.
You're really easy to fool. But we knew that about you.
Okay, when I told her, even she doubted what his birthday was.
So yeah, Nancy, essentially, you want to know what the next thing to do in shadow work is? The hardest part of shadow work. And this is also going to be the part that will take you the longest. And also, up front, I do not recommend trying to do this alone. If I wasn't doing this with my therapist, if I was not doing this particular part of it, looking at all of my toxic traits and figuring out how to not do those things anymore, especially the toxic traits of mine that are meant to protect me, trying to figure that out on my own would have been basically impossible.
And there it is.
So phone a friend or a therapist or both. And now I see Felix has joined us. Hello, Felix Lance. This is going to be weird. You're Lance. Hi. So basically the way this works is you get to say whether or not you have a question. You don't have to, but you can. Tell us which one of us you want to take point in your reading. You can also have both of us do it. Pick a number from 1 to 78. And then which deck you would like. You can have, because you are a minor, you can have the Dragon deck or the Dark Shadows deck.
Oh, we're not giving the other option.
Absolutely
No.
the hell not for a minor.
I'm going to go with a no.
Oh, very, very well. Bonnie never showed up.
No, Bonnie did not.
Well, you know what? We still have some slots out there if anyone would like to actually get a reading after Felix gets their reading. And if not, we'll just end early.
Darn. Shucks.
Shucks and darn.
Going to bed early as a... Also, everybody be very happy that Sound Guy is here, because good God has 2024 been very unkind to him in the health department. Let's kick off New Year's by getting COVID, then break our ribs while coughing, and then have that develop into pneumonia.
Yeah,
All in the first 2 months of the year.
that was all in the first 6 weeks.
All right, Felix, you would like Dragon deck, number between 1 and 78, and do you have a question, yay or nay? I figured you were going to go for the Dragon deck, you dragon lover.
Us dragons, we are awesome.
Yeah.
Felix, do you have a question?
62 and
no
don't have a
question.
question. Cool.
Okay, Joanne.
Which dragon deck did we use the most?
We're going to use mine because that's up. And then Joanne's going to have a reading after Felix.
Cool.
So I will write that down before I forget. What was the number? 62 again? Okay.
62. It's okay. It's okay, Felix. This is a very dragon-friendly household.
Very.
There's the amount of dragon decor that I grew up with. Like right now, where behind the camera I can stare at one of the dragons on the bar who is named Sweet Potato. He's very cute.
And of course, we have the dragon pictures,
Mhm.
plural, behind us.
And our Welsh dragon flag blanket.
We probably have, I know we have several hundred dragons in this house.
Yes.
You know, this room itself is called the Dragon's Lair. There must be at least 100 dragons just in this room alone.
When you
Small size
when you
and-
come up to visit, I'll have to bring you to my parents' house just so you can see all the dragons. Yeah, Lance, 100. The entire house. Like my parents have a large house, and there
Well,
are
it's not ridiculously large.
My parents have a larger house than you and I will ever be able to hope to buy ever. And yeah, multiple hundreds of dragons.
Question is, you have more dragons than I have drums.
Oh, that is a good question.
I'm not going to go with I have more dragons than you have drums.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. You haven't seen the storage locker that has all the drums in it. Anyway,
It also depends what he counts as a drum, too.
Actual drums.
Lance is a Leo, right? You're a Leo.
Here comes the sun. Do. Here we have the sun card. And then we have the Ten of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Swords, which is Aquarius. So none of the cards were inverted. No, Lance had no question, right?
No question, just
Okay.
general. I was just
So,
double checking
we have
astrology
the-
sign, and
we-
I'm right.
Yeah, we have the most powerful fire card in the deck, even though literally the sun is not part of the fire suit.
But it's the sun.
Yes.
It is where it is fire.
It's like the world's not officially part of the earth suit, but come on.
Yeah.
And we have the Ten of Wands. And the thing is, we have the numerology that matches at 19, 1, 9, make a 10.
Yes.
And then the 10s then turn into 1s if you had the 1 and the 0 correctly together. Fire and air, all male energy. You want fire, you have to have air. That's how those things work. Earth and water are the two female energy elements. You want life on earth, you have to have water. So we have some very strong male energy. And I mean a lot.
Which you give off strong male energy, love.
Which, by the way, is not necessarily the best thing all the time.
No, but you know what? You're 13, and this is a good time for you to start learning that.
Because after all, remember Home Alone? Here's the dragon actually with the hands
Lance
on the
ever
face
seen
going,
Home
going,
Alone?
ah! Come on, who hasn't seen Home Alone? At Christmas time, they replayed that so many times on cable TV.
Look, Lance is 13. I'm making sure. There are these references that smaller people don't get because not everybody had a father like you.
No, I'll grant you Home Alone's a 30-year-old movie now, but I also would be very hard-pressed because it's
Oh, you're 14. I'm sorry.
Okay, 14 and a half. Have you actually seen the movie Home Alone at Christmas time?
Or any time.
Or any time for that matter, but it's a Christmas movie.
It is.
And like I swear, they must play that movie ad nauseum.
But anyway, you have the very overwhelmed dragon
Yes,
face.
you have essentially. First off, you have the combination of the whole of the fire in the sun, which, after all, too much sun leads to sunburn.
Okay, I'm glad I'm asking because Virginia says that her child, who is the same age, just saw Home Alone for the first time last week.
Really? Okay.
Okay, cool. Lance knows what's up.
Okay.
Alexa just does.
So the idea is that the Ten of Wands, you have the dragon with the Home Alone face, the overwhelmed, all this fire. I'm so overwhelmed, along with the fire over here in the sun, where the thing is it's a clock. The
Wait.
dragon forms the body of the clock, but the face of the clock is a lion. The numbers and the clock are actually the astrological symbols.
Wait, is puberty and being a teenager overwhelming? What? No, it can't be. Was that sarcastic enough?
I was going to say that. That was terrible as far as that sarcasm here. And then you have the Queen of Swords, who is the most angriest dragon in the deck.
We don't like change.
We call her the Vulture. the bitch queen, because she's got the one red eye circling the dead tree. And so, yes, air and fire, beautiful energy. You can do a lot of things with that, but you can also do a lot of destruction with it too.
Very much so.
So yeah, none of the cards are upside down, so it makes the card very much also much more so in your face. You didn't ask a question, but let's just basically say that you're a ball of energy and you just want to do things and get things done. The problem is you have no flipping idea what the hell you want to do with all this energy.
Which
you're 14.
I was going to say
welcome to that's kind of normal for a 14-year-old.
Please, like, for the love of God, explore. Don't try to make a decision right now. Don't let someone pigeonhole you. What are you going to do in college? Oh my gosh, no. Explore.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh my God, leave me alone. I'm turning 30 and I'm still not grown up. You know what I want to be when I grow up? Financially stable.
Okay. What do I want to be when I grow up? Happy.
I don't even want to do that because for me, happy is a very fleeting thing. I want content.
Peace?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I thought that what do you want to be when you grow up? Happy. That was John Lennon's answer when he was 13.
Which probably would have been my answer at 13, but my answer at 30 now is, happiness is very fleeting, isn't it?
Happiness is 2 kinds of ice cream.
You wanted to be happy. Unfortunately, that role went to Jon Favreau.
Why do we keep him around?
Because you love me.
Yes, Mr. Perfection sitting over there.
I don't even know which one of us he said that to.
Hot kettle. Takes one to know one.
But yeah. Hey, Lance, don't panic. Stop panicking. It's fine. You're going to be fine. It's all going to be fine.
Yes.
Don't panic. Just make sure you have a towel and a toothbrush.
You've got a weird dad that loves you, and I don't know if your mom is weird, but your mom loves you. And then you also now are like, you got really good friends, and then you have some other adults that have decided that you're pretty cool and are also going to look out for you. Hi, I'm in that category.
Why are you calling yourself an adult, though?
Well, because I am chronologically.
Only chronologically.
Because if not, this whole thing gets really weird.
Oh, okay. Good point. Good point. Don't worry. Be happy.
Yeah, really. No panic. I know that being a teenager is basically doing nothing but panicking, but don't panic. It's gonna be okay.
I was gonna say, and you went that line from noses off. Don't panic. Don't panic.
There's a perfectly rational explanation for all of this, and it turns out, yeah, there is. Joanne, you are not a minor, so if you wanted the other deck, you could have the other deck.
Felix, cover your eyes.
Well, you know what, Lance? Here, how about we come to a compromise? You can panic, but only at the disco.
Oh my God!
Hey, thank you. Did you get that?
Yeah. Tonight's humor has just been like bottom of the barrel.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, just terrible.
Oh, and look, Lance. Virginia gave you a nice comment. I'll pop that up so you can see, Lance. Alexa Ray loves you. She'd hop on and say it herself, but she's finishing a final project right now for history class. Oh, see, you got a bunch of peoples that like care and stuff. So don't panic unless you're at the disco. This is the compromise we've reached.
Can we move on, please?
Yes. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, you're not a minor.
Yes, Joanne.
What would you like, Joanne?
What would you like, Joanne? Please get us out of this realm here right now.
Virginia, I love that. Why is my life all panic and no disco? I mean, same. Are there any currently operational discos?
I like the nightlife.
Quick, someone go to Google.
I like to boogie on the disco round. Yeah.
I'm sure there's several in Miami.
Oh, there probably are. I'll tell you the truth. I mean, they don't really call them discos, but they might as well be.
Discotheque. Oh no, Joanne, come back.
Joanne, where'd you go?
Did we scare her?
I hope not.
It's been a very strange night.
Oh, it has been a stupidly strange night. Shadow Deck.
Number 45.
45. Both of them.
A question. An ex showed up recently. Oh boy. What can you say about his character? The fact that you're asking makes me worried. I'm going to just say that right now. The
His
fact that you're
character.
asking that particular
Didn't you know
thing
what his
makes
character was before? Isn't that what made him an X?
X's are usually X's
For
for
a
Just
reason.
saying.
I wasn't going to say it, but I didn't have to. They did it in stereo.
You could be like Richard Burton and get married to what's her name twice? Elizabeth Taylor. I know I'm showing my age with that
I don't
reference.
even want to marry Elizabeth Taylor once.
No,
Yes.
I just the concept of marrying the same person twice hurts my brain because I'm going. So throughout the entire divorce process, there wasn't a moment that made you go, let's pump the brakes. You had to wait until you were all completely done, and now you have to now shell out more money for more.
You actually should listen to the story of Carrie Fisher and Paul Simon.
Oh, Joanne. See, okay, Joanne, I'm more. It's a confirmation of my own thoughts, really. We're happy to help.
Yeah, we'll definitely be helping with them on this one, no doubt.
Oh,
But yes,
numbers.
they
That's
got-
not how you write a Roman numeral 4.
yeah. Carrie Fisher and Paul Simon, they actually became better friends after they got divorced.
Well, I understand how that works for some people, but I don't understand how you that turn around and go, yo, I know that we had this very horrible divorce, but hey, maybe we should get back together. I don't know where that's the part that my brain struggles with. But anyway.
All right, you want to flip these things? All right, so we have the 9. Oh, yeah, horrible way. VIII.
That's neither of these are how you write these
not
Roman
how you
numerals.
write Roman numerals.
Neither of those are, and
I guess that's how you do it in France, though.
I thought Roman numerals were the same in every country
No,
because they're Roman numerals.
which means they're only proper in Rome. When in Rome, I know this humor is just going awful. I'll just stop it. All right, so we have the 9 of Cups. We have the 7 of Coins, and then the upside down 4 of Coins. What is his character? Water and earth. That's it. Nothing else. Female energy.
Which concerns me. I'm gonna be flat out because it's great to have a person be an emotional person. You know, there's nothing wrong with that as is. However, the way that this is looking like emotional person, but doesn't know how to express or control or do anything really productive with said emotions. That's what I'm getting from that. But perhaps you're seeing something different. It's just a lot of water.
Well, I think for one thing, literally from our point of view, is it's a lot of water. Well, actually, there's more earth than water.
No, I'm talking about in that one card. That's a lot of water in that one card.
Well, I think it's kind of interesting the fact that we both basically pull up on the how these are incorrect Roman numerals, and you have 2 of the 4 cards are both the numbers are driving us nuts.
Yep.
Even though that you can write out that as you wish, it's just not correct. So the thing is, the cards are not correct. This is an X. How is his character? It's not correct.
At least not for you.
There are fundamental flaws in 2 of the 4 cards.
3 cards.
See, I said that wrong, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Fundamental flaws.
In how many cards?
3, and the number shall be 5.
1, 2,
1, 2,
5.
Teresa. Oh, I said 4 because the third card is a 4.
And it's one of those things where I think you're struggling with this a little bit too. And again, confirmation, you can feel free to agree or disagree with me. But what I'm What I'm seeing here is something that I myself struggle with, which is, well, he's not a bad person, but that doesn't mean he's a good person to be back in your life.
I mean, not a bad person. Just the thing is, that's exactly this. What do you have to be with me for?
Oh, and Joanne, no, I wouldn't say he's unstable. I would, and please don't be offended at this generalization. I would say he's a man. Men are by and large not taught how to deal with, process, express any emotion that isn't anger. And so a lot of them can struggle with that in their adult lives because they have no idea what the hell they're doing. So I'm not going to say that he's unstable because I'm not, first of all, that's not a diagnosis I'm willing to make without meeting a person. But what I'm seeing is he's got a lot of feelings and doesn't quite know what to do with them all.
He expresses himself poorly.
Yes.
His 9 is VIII. His 4 is III.
Which those are technically numbers, but
Yes.
not ones that we recognize immediately.
I was saying, it's the French version of Roman numerals.
Look.
So they're Roman numerals?
I don't know. And getting back to the whole thing of symmetry in this deck, since it's flourish of that, and again, this is one of those where you look at the cards individually and you kind of say, well, it looks pretty symmetrical until you start looking closer and you kind of like, oh no, no, not even close.
And also, 2 Earth cards also make me go, he definitely is somebody who spends most of his time in the earthly realm. We don't spend a lot of time processing our emotions. We don't spend a lot of time overthinking things in our head.
Look at Joanne's last comment. I sounds like him.
Him.
The way I went, I think about the Roman numerals, but she interpreted that a little differently. So he likes to talk about himself, does he?
But yeah, this is somebody who spends most of his time in the earthly realm because that was the only realm of his that he was taught about.
And then from a numerology point of view, the cards go 9, 7, 4. They're going backwards.
Yeah.
And on top of that, one of the things of number 4, your last card, 4 means end of this phase. Initial completion, moving on to something else.
So yeah, no, I'm not going to sit here and go, OMG, bad person, run away. But I will sit here and go, doesn't seem like somebody that fits into your life with everything that you are wanting. And I'm not even talking as like getting back together. I'm talking even as like just having this person in your life as a friend. It doesn't seem like the two of you are compatible in personality wise that way.
You just made me think of something I saw on Facebook.
Oh.
When you went not even having as a friend, it was something which I heard on you remember the James Taylor version of You've Got a Friend? Mm-hmm. The lyrics slightly altered because someone else was singing it. You just call out my name and you know wherever I am, I'll ignore you. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where sometimes people leave our lives because they're supposed to leave and be gone forever. Some people leave and come back. Some people don't. He does. This is not screaming to me, yes, leave and it's come back time. This does not scream come back. This screams, oh, you stay over there.
Come back with the 69 Mets, huh?
No conscience. So if you were looking for confirmation of your own thoughts, there it is. Like, this is not somebody that is compatible with you in your life in any way.
Yeah, the thing is that also the way the cards are structured, they look very formal, and that's kind of one of the whole points behind it as well, especially the Earth cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this person, it's not really. This person's from an actual a relationship perspective is not going to show the emotions that you would like to see this person show. The ones that would things that would be compatible for you, the kind of emotion that you would need to basically complete your own aspect of, because everyone needs a little something.
Mm-hmm. But that's not through this person.
Not through this person. It's just he may be compatible with somebody else, but
not you.
But not you. And that
is what we have
got
to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
So,
alrighty,
I am gonna put out last call.
Last call for anybody.
There was a Melody that jumped in here. Did she want to?
She hasn't said. She just said hi. Which,
Melody
hi.
Larson. Hi. Yes, we'll give one more call for readings.
And if not, we will just end without doing 10, which is fine. That doesn't happen very often, but it does happen occasionally.
Every now and then it happens.
And that's fine.
We got a chance to actually spend a little more time with the other ones.
But I will repeat while we're just waiting for anybody to comment. I will repeat what I said at the beginning for some of the people that were not here at the beginning. We are not doing one for March because March starts tomorrow. The reason why we waited until Leap Day to do it is one, when are we ever going to have another Leap Day to do this?
Not for a while.
And two,
2080.
we will be doing our 4th annual April Fool's reading via Sound Guy doing all of the readings. So that puts us basically at right about a month, which is typically how long we have time in between. So if you are interested in tuning in and signing up, just know these are not real readings like what we usually do. He is not a psychic.
They're real readings.
They're just very silly readings.
They're silly readings. They're not serious readings.
Yes.
As it is, we have a brand new tarot deck we're going to use for this thing that we've never used before and probably never will again after this thing, because it's an
interesting deck.
Well, the thing is, we actually, when we give tarot classes, and we have like grouped tarot decks into 3 different types. There are all-purpose decks, specialty decks, and pop culture decks. And we always kind of give the beware when you use a pop culture deck.
So we were given a new deck that we will be using for this. We're not going to say which one, but just be prepared to see something you have not seen from us yet.
It does say it's a pop culture deck. And yes, I don't think we could actually get serious readings from it.
But on that note, I have finished talking. Nobody else
has chimed in.
So I think that we will call it here.
Very well.
So thank you so much for joining in, everybody.
And we will see you on the April Fools.
We'll see you there.
Woo!
Woohoo! Of which may or may not be on April Fool's Day, because April Fool's Day is going to be a Monday. So we're going to have to figure out what day we're going to do this on.
Indeed. This might not actually be a Thursday, but if it isn't, just check our page. We will absolutely announce beforehand.
And we're hoping that Facebook won't fuck up on us.
Again,
like it did tonight.
3rd time in a row.
As it did in January and in December as well. So, on that note, merry meet, merry parts, and merry meet again.